just took a start. So I was telling you like this is my most favorite. So I is pronounced very open, right? You know, and it's everywhere in your conversation, all right? So what happens when you say letter I? So you need a very special mouth position. I can tell you, I can show you. Yes, this is the long vowel I. All right, I'm here to tell you, like, you know, when you do it, you put all your energy, okay, and you feel like all muscles are open, and your 43 muscles in your mouth are totally activated, all right, and you say, I, okay? Everybody say, it's the most important word because the success belongs to you, and you say, I, okay? It's a very Tony Robbins' most popular word, like when he starts questioning people, so say, I, okay? I. So this is the letter I. So you can see that the mouth is widely open, stretched. I'm stretching a bit more, I'm exaggerating because I'm talking like the people who are pretty new to this accent, this pronunciation training. So it's a great opportunity for a lot of you. You can try it differently. So, and tell it to your brain because now you're learning a new accent, all right? So we have lots of slides to say long I, because the long I is happening everywhere in a different perspective, in a different condition. So let's look at them. So this is another picture. You can see I. Okay, everybody, repeat after me, and you do it 3 times. Okay, everybody say 1, 2, 3. I. Okay, 2. I. 3. I. Now it's your turn. Do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Good. Yes. Yes. 4. And I. Okay. So let's working like what happens when you see I in the beginning of the word, all right? So or what happens like it comes in the middle or somewhere, all right? So let's see first. There's a beautiful the word list. Again, I'm choosing like using by checking like the frequently asked words. It's the most popular words in a conversation. So the first word is my most favorite word. Most people say item, okay? Item. So there are so many things that are happening in this word. This T is a glottal T because before T and after T, there are 2 vowels. Before T there's a vowel and after T there's another vowel. So you don't say item, you say item. But first you open your mouth more and you say item, all right? Item. Item. The next is icon. Icon, okay? Beautiful word. There are just 4 spellings, and seriously, it took all of my energy while I'm pronouncing icon, okay? Icon. Don't say icon, no, it's an icon, all right? So idea, beautiful word, because we all are working on the greatest idea of phonics training, all right? So it's not idea, no, it's idea. I is a very high-pitched word, and open your mouth as much as you can and say idea. Good job. Your turn. 1, 2, 3. Yes, idea. I believe in my idea. Beautiful. Okay, next is idle. All right? Idle. Open your mouth. Idle. Are you feeling some stretching here? If yes, congratulations, because so it means you're going for the biggest goal and you have really started to work on yourself. All right, so iris. All right? Iris. Iris, okay? Iron, that's a beautiful word, because there's iron. No, it's not iron. And because I, and afterwards the I run. So it also starts with a kind of vowel, so it becomes like a diphthong sound. So it sounds like I, so the je sounds come into it. It's very interesting. For all of your clients, I can tell you, this is not I run, okay? So here, the je sound will come here, right? So you're gonna speak up I, okay? I. So now it's your turn because it's a new word for everybody, so please speak up 5 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3, yes. Iron. 2. And the last time is iron. Alright? So you don't say iron. Almost 100% people speak it incorrectly. So we are here to help each other. We are here to fix it. So this is not iron, we say iron. Alright, let's move on to the next. This is crisis. The first I is a long I vowel and it sounds like an I. cry. And the next I is reduced, and the last stress is there on that I. The first one is more stressed, and you're going to stretch it more and more, and it sounds like a crisis. All right? Crisis. Beautiful word, beautiful word. Because life is full of problems and crisis. All right? So let's move on to the next word. That is a final, right? Final. I'm exaggerating in the beginning because we are pretty new to this beautiful accent. So we need to exaggerate in the beginning. Later on, when you will practice, and you will practice more. So what will happen? You will create a new habit in your life, okay? And 95% of your life is all about your habits. That what kind of habits you have. Do you have successful habits or unsuccessful people habits? So speaking with elegance, with persuasiveness, and speaking with pronunciation brings a lot of clarity in your life, and this really helps you to achieve your goals. It's the biggest tool. All right, next is the pilot. P is also very positive. You push a lot of it outside, and P is unvoiced consonant sound. So you say pilot. A lot of things are happening. P, unvoiced. P, you push a lot of it outside. And the next I is an I, okay? It's a long I vowel sound. And L is a light L here. Okay? Pilot. Good job. And the silent. The next is bride. Two B's are coming up along with brr. Brr is a beautiful digraph. Brr and I. Okay? Bride. You are supposed to open your mouth as much as you can. I want to tell you the biggest challenge on this part of the globe is, including independent China, because people don't love to use their muscles while speaking English. They are much hesitated. I don't know like whether they have learned like how would they look like if they were speaking, or if they're using this mouth, you know, in a different way. So but I want to tell you, the breaking news is like if you want to speak like native, you have to learn how to use your muscles. Next is try. As you already know, like we have discussed about, the TR is chur, all right? TR brings a new sound in your conversations. You become like chur, and then I, okay? Try, beautiful. Look at my mouth. Try, okay? And then H is a beautiful sound. H is ha. You put a lot of energy, you put your tongue back, and you say hide. And then is wa. W is external lip sound, so it's a wide. Okay? Wide. Are you feeling some stretching here? That's good job. The rule is still there. Do what I do, say what I say. Okay? So words are like friends. These are the words like if you make them your friends, so you will see like the greatest things will start happening. Right? These words like become your friend, and you're going to be using it frequently in your communication while you are speaking to the people. All right, so the next is bride. Bride, okay. And next is light up is there. Light, okay. Life. Next is yes, wife. I love my wife. I really miss her, right? She is my life. My wife is my life. Yes, my wife is my life. So I is coming this long stretch I, wife, okay? And then I love to go on a bike, okay? Bike, open my mouth, open your mouth, just see how I'm moving, right? Bike. Next is like, okay? Like. People say, I like my wife. Okay? Like, you stretch your muscles. Seriously, I'm having lots of stretching here because I pronounce a lot of words for you to practice with me, and you can use them in your personal life, and you will see the big change will come into your life too. So the next word is also very important. It's a file, because there's something happening after I, because there's an L. So before L, like what you do, like you put another extra sound. we call the reduced short sound. So it sounds like file, file, right? The y sound comes in the middle, right? File. Next is mile, mile. It's not simply mile. I deliberately, like I've chosen these words because people are mispronouncing these words, especially the file or the mile, okay? Or in the last slide, we have chosen one beautiful word, the azure. This especially why the y sound is coming in the middle. Right, then it is tight, tight, and delight. Don't say delight, okay, or delight. It's delight, delightful, and a nightmare, night. Okay, that is a pile. It's not pile, okay? Pile, and then it's a pile, and crime, crime, time, okay? When you ask people, what time is it? No, what time is it? Time, okay? You open your mouth more and more, and you push all your energy to pronounce this long I vowel sound, right? Time. Fine, okay? Wine, wine, okay? Shh, long one is unvoiced consonant sound, and you say shine, shine, and spine. SP is a very nice combination, very nice and beautiful cluster. But right after SP, spine, spine, okay? I don't have a spine for this party. Well, I have a spine to speak English like Native American. I have a spine to speak English like Native American. All right? So next is a ripe, ripe, and stripe, stripe. Here's a beautiful law here. Whenever you see STR, it sounds like D sound. This T sounds like a D. So you say stripe, stripe. You don't say stripe. You say stripe, stripe. And then is rise, rise, and wise, wise. Okay. There are a few more words left. Then we will go on to the next law, the next rule. Bite. Okay. Bite. Quiet. Okay. Quiet. Right, okay, dive and drive, DR, Lord, there's a J sound, drive, and then you say fire, fire, tire. Some Y sound is also involved in it. It's not fire, fire, no, fire, tire, and a wire, and admire, desire. Good job. So now let's see what happens when IGH comes into your words and still it sounds like I. Like you say the word RIGHT. So here IGH is also spoken like I, the long I vowel sound. So you speak up like this, right, okay? Right, and side. And the next one is slide, okay, slide. I'm seriously having a lot of stretching here in my muscles because in a day you don't speak like so much long vowels, long I vowels, but when we do it right just for you people, right? It's a twilight, okay? Twilight. It's a beautiful word. Twilight and highlight and height. Now, again, let's see like what happens when IGH mostly come into your word. So high, okay? High, beautiful. And night, okay? Side, thigh, bright, fight, okay? And flight, flight, eye. So the purpose is to tell you like, you know, even if there is a IGH, so most of the words, yeah, people got confused, but remember, this is a sin, and still it's an I sound, okay? So let's move on to what happens when the Y sound comes in the end of the word, and still it's an I sound, okay? The first word is a buy. Don't say buy, okay? No, buy. By the way, no, by the way, by, okay? It sounds like I, then say my, don't say my, okay? My, cry, cry, Next is DR is dry. Dry. And would love to fry. Okay? Fry. Fly. Fly. Repeat after me. The rule, don't forget the rule of life. Whatever I do, you are supposed to do. So do what I do and say what I say. So keep repeating after me, right? So don't stop. Tell this to your brain that you are going for some big dream. You're going for some big goal. All right? So learning this accent is enormous, and I can tell you, life is a breathtaking goal. It will have a groundbreaking impact in your life. Next is fly and fly. And let's move on to the next. That's the beautiful word. Spy. Okay? SP, the beautiful combination, beautiful cluster of SP. It's a spy. And then shy. Okay? Shy. And the last line, the last word is a Y. Why? Beautiful word. Apply. Still I sound is coming in the end of the word. And comply. Okay? And I'm feeling like let's go on to, let's learn just one word in this slide. This is July. Okay? July. July. Or we say supply. Okay, let's move on to, again you see the Y is, again, it's an I sound, like we don't say bite, we say bite, bite, okay? Rhyme, cycle, okay? Here there's a little difference, it's dynamic, there's some, but this Y is a little bit, the short Y, the short I sound here is not dynamic, also because it's dynamic, okay? So let's move on to the next, is the hyphen. And the last word is a python, okay? Python. What is a typhoon or paralysis? Here again, why is saying, okay? So let's move on to what happens when there's an I-E and it sounds like an I, okay? You don't say die, you say die, okay? So don't confuse it with a die, D-I-E. It sounds like a die, lie, okay? Pie. Prices, right? So first 3-4 words are significant to can actually practice because I is coming in the end of a word and still you're speaking up is an I, okay? Like again, let's repeat after me, okay? Everybody, yes, die, and then say lie, pie, okay? Pie. So don't confuse it with die, lie, pie, or tie, okay? No. Okay, so let's give the last touch to this podcast because we already have discussed about the short I vowel, then we have discussed in detail what happened when we have Y, when we have I as a long vowel sound. So now let's look at when I become a short sound and a reduced sound. So let's have some more significant words, and if you have more, so you can share it with us like in a comment box. So we definitely will come up and we'll make videos for you. So it is financial, okay? It's not financial. So the first I is reduced, okay? Financial, finance, okay? Finance, so sometimes there's a company in the finance. Most people say finance, no, or financial, no, financial, all right? Or we have the word finance. Next is direction. We don't say direction. Here I is a reduced sound, sound. Shiva sound means sound. Like we said financial, or we say direction, or we say finance, all right? Or we say finance. So I is becoming a reduced and a short sound here. Then we don't say Belgium, we say Belgium, okay? A lot of people speak it incorrectly, so it's not Belgium, it's a Belgium. The most significant, most important word here, Belgium, and a calcium. It's not calcium, okay? It's a calcium. Next is a dirt, okay? And a shirt, and a flirt. So I is a sound here. It's not like a beat or, no. So it is, I is a reduced sound, like we said in a Belgium. The I is a reduced sound here. Maybe deleted sound here, right? Even the calcium. So This was all about the I sound. We have discussed in details about the short I, and then we discussed about the long I. And in the last slide, we've discussed about what happens when I is reduced to the short sound. So we all work together for some big vision, for something out of the world to get together. So I'll come up with one more podcast, something really amazing and out of the world, and hope like we can just stay together. So till then, okay, till then my next podcast, take care, bye-bye everybody, bye-bye.